Well, hi Pisces, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be to the center card in the first part of the reading. So, if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. For our Pisces, anything that you need to know, anything coming up in the future, anything that is advice from the universe is always welcome. Pisces. I just try to keep these cards in order because that's how I like to put them down for Pisces. Okay, let's see what you have here. So you have been through a heartache, but it looks like you're going to be moving forward, having a fresh start, new beginning. The overall energy is moving forward. So the Six of Swords. It's been a hard go, but you're doing it. Pisces. Okay, I have a few cards left over for this second part of the reading. Well, Pisces, you're putting some things behind you. I have the Six of Swords surrounding your entire reading. Picking up swords of truth and clarity as you move away from rocky waters towards a smoother, calmer place in your life. So the more swords you pick up, the further you get across that lake. And that's what you're doing. I have the Three of Swords up in your highest energy. Yeah, it's all about getting past this heartache. There's been tears. Heart's been broken. These are the two strongest energies in your entire reading. You're moving away from it. You know, that boat's being pushed by a pole, so it isn't an easy go. It's like taking a little bit of time, but you're absolutely doing it. I have the Ace of Wands next to the Three of Swords and right above the Six of Swords. So the Ace of Wands is about your fresh start and your new beginning. And look, that wand is just blossoming and blooming. So you're really getting it done. You're letting these energies go. Got the Five of Swords next to the Ace of Wands. Picking up those swords again. Truth and clarity. And looking back. Look at those two energies fading off into the distance. So whoever it was that you were attached to that hurt your heart, they seem to have been attached to someone or something else, and you're letting it all go so you can move forward. I have the Chariot, another card of moving forward. It feels like with the Chariot here is I know you're moving forward from the broken heart, okay? I think that the more swords you pick up, the faster you can move forward with this card. This is the card for Cancer. Cancer might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. So on the other side of the Six of Swords is a Seven of Wands. Oh, I feel like whoever it is you're letting go keeps trying to come back in. And you've made up your mind. You've got your truth. You've got your clarity. You're moving forward, and you don't want to start over again. You don't want to go backwards. With the Seven of Wands here. So that communication, which is probably trying to come in by text, emails, video chat, or phone calls, you're like, you might even block this person, but you definitely don't really want to talk to them. Under the Chariot, I have the Ten of Swords. So moving forward is going to bring an end to your pain, to your sorrow. The 10. This is the card of the end, as you can see, but it's through those swords. That's what this is all about, is getting clear and getting the honesty, knowing the truth about everything. This really helps you to move forward and put an end to everything. And again, I have the Three of Pentacles right under the Six of Swords and next to the Ten of Swords. There's another energy in this card. So three's a crowd, and that's why this relationship was not able to become grounded and stable and secure. There was something else going on with this other person. So like this is you and this is them, but there's this other shadow-like that's attached. And now it could be a person, but it could be something else. It could be a past experience in their life that's keeping them from committing, from them, being able to love. All I know is there was something attached to them that you're letting go with them. I have the Page of Wands next to the Three of Pentacles and right under the Seven of Wands. Yeah. You're holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. But there's something you need to say or will say or has said about them trying to come back into your life. It's like, no, I got Ace of Wands. I'm on a new journey now, you know. I'm starting over. And also, there was something probably you wanted to say about this third energy that was attached to them. So that helps you get clear on how you want to move forward and why you want to move forward. Wow. Let's take out the rest of this reading for Pisces. Whoa, that was a flyer. That was a flyer. It was the Page of Pentacles. For Pisces, please. What else do I need to know? Ooh, Pisces. Okay, we got our cards. Let's put them down. All cards are male or female. If this reading does not resonate, I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self, or get a private reading from somebody that you trust. Up here in your highest energy is the Eight of Swords, right next to the Five of Swords. A lot of swords in this reading already for truth and clarity. But I think you were stuck in this or felt stuck. You weren't really stuck, but you felt stuck in this relationship. There were swords of truth and clarity about what was going on all around you, but you chose to ignore them in hopes that things would just resolve themselves. Your feet were never bound. Your mouth was not bound. You could speak. You could walk. Now you're walking and you're talking. Okay? So, leaving these energies behind, you're coming out of the Eight of Swords. You're seeing, picking up all these swords of truth and clarity. I have the Strength card right next to the Eight of Swords. This is the card for Leo, so Leo might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. There's the infinity symbol right there, the symbol of intuition and knowing. But what this card actually says is you will know what to do and you will find the strength and the courage to do it. And that's exactly what I see here in this reading. So it does take strength, it does take courage to go ahead and look at those swords, because you know what's going to happen. You know that you're going to end up with a broken heart by looking at the truth of this, what's going on here, but you also know this is something you need to do for your own good. I have the World next to the Strength card. There's your new life cycle. Yeah, and this is where you know you need to head. This is right next to the Strength card. For you to move into a new life cycle, this all needed to happen, okay? You needed to come out of that Eight of Swords energy. I have the Four of Wands right under the Eight of Swords and next to the Seven of Wands. And, you know, you were blocking, you weren't dealing with this, okay? Oh, there's a soulmate coming in. This is why you're moving into that new life cycle. This is a very strong soulmate. I was thinking for a minute it was them, but I don't think it is. This is someone else. See, divine. This is meant to be. There's union between two people. There's a lot of love, a lot of joy. This is a card for celebration. It can be a card of marriage. I think that this new life cycle that you're moving into is going to bring in a new, very strong soulmate. Good thing you're blocking them, because they were actually blocking you from finding your divine soulmate. I have the Page of Pentacles right next to the Four of Wands and under the Strength card. And there you are. You know what you need. You need something grounded and secure. You want to look towards your future. You want a partnership with somebody. So you're keeping your eye on the ball. And I think whoever is coming in has that pentacle that you've been so much wanting and waiting for here. I have the Queen of Swords next to the Page of Pentacles. And under the new life cycle, this can be Aries, if I could talk. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, air sign. Might be strong in your chart or someone else's. But here you are, you got your hand out. You're speaking your truth. You have your sword up. You're in self-protection mode. You're making sure, before you get in too deep, that this soulmate that's coming in, because you might not trust this energy right at first. You might think, oh no, I'm fooling myself right here. I've done it before, I'm going to do it again. But no, so you get to the bottom of it and you seek the truth and you speak your truth. I think that's something you haven't done a lot of, is speaking your own truth. They need to know, from you what you expect, as well as you need to know from them. So then you can figure out if you're compatible and you can move forward into a future together. But here it is. I mean, they have a huge pentacle to offer. And this is something you're going to talk up about with the past energy, is you're not grounded. You're not secure. We're not going anywhere. We have no future. But this new soulmate that's coming in, they have the offer. They have the offer of the pentacle with them. That's awesome. And then on the other side, the Ace of Pentacles is the Nine of Wands. You feel like you've been drugged through the mud. I'm waiting for this very secure and stable relationship to come in. Any secure and stable relationship to come in here. But you reached your wit's end about this past relationship. And you do feel like you've been worn down, And you probably, and I'm sure that the cards here, you do feel worn down from trying to trust and believe in the people who come into your life and let you believe that there could be something there when there's always something else interfering. I have the Hierophant right next to the Nine of Wands and under the Queen of Swords. This is the card for security, stability, groundedness. It is a very spiritual card for commitment and marriage. Wow. It's the card for Taurus. Taurus might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But your hand is out and you're speaking your truth. You're saying, this is what I'm looking for. What are you looking for? Okay? And this is also advice for those of you who aren't sure how to go about in a new relationship, is take the time to ask the questions. Okay? But you do have a soulmate coming in. You want to make sure it is the soulmate. So you have others that try to come in, but you need to make sure, and you're not going to trust this soulmate right off the bat. There's going to be a connection right off the bat. I don't think you're going to trust your own feelings, and so you need to hear the hard truths, and they're going to please you. They're going to definitely please you, and you're going to be able to move into that new life cycle. Wow. Okay, let's take out a guardian angel card for you, Pisces. What else do you need to know? It can either have to do with this reading or not have to do with this reading. So Pisces. All right. One more little one. Okay, here we go, Pisces. Let's pull you out a card. Glasses on. There. Card number, and it's called Positive Recognition. Let me read this card to you. Congratulations. Your plans have worked out perfectly, and now it's time to shine. Brilliant new ideas will present themselves to you, and success is all but assured. Express yourself openly and honestly, knowing that those surrounding you are trustworthy. Be open to unexpected opportunities. Something's coming up. Readings do not go past 6 months. Something is going to definitely be changing in your life. So Pisces, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.